address how biological sex impacts the immune system. This trial will uncover differences in immune cell composition, hormones, genetics, and responses to vaccines and diseases. Prosecution, present your case.
So, Your Honor, research has revealed that females generally have stronger immune responses. However, this comes at a cost, facing higher risk of autoimmune diseases. Males, while less prone to autoimmunity, are more vulnerable to infections. These differences arise from a complex interplay of sex hormones, X and Y chromosome-linked genes, and their regulation.
Let us explore this case, breaking it down into 5 topics. Proceed with the first case, immune cell composition.
Your Honor, I packed some serious genetic firepower here. Look at my star player Fox P3. He's an elite coach for the immune cells. And since females got 2 copies of me, they end up with a killer team of adaptive defensors. More antibody production B cells, helper T cells, you name it. Meanwhile, poor Y chromosome over here, well, let's just say they're working with a different playbook.
Objection, Your Honor. Everyone's going on about X's fancy adaptive immunity, but let's talk about me. What's more killer than natural killer cells and quick response units? Sure, we might not have numbers or keep detailed records like X's team, but when an infection hits, me and my crew, we show up first and we hit hard. Sometimes you just need muscle before memory, you know?
Sorry to crash this chromosome flex of Your Honor, but can we talk about the downside of this superior immunity? My immune system is like a blind exam invigilator who can't tell the difference between an actual troublemaker and innocent bystanders. Now my own cells are getting detention for literally just existing. Not cool, X chromosome, not cool.
Order, please. Now, this is getting spicy. We've heard from the chromosomes and the autoimmune patient, but let's talk hormones. They're basically the group chat moderators in all of this, aren't they? Please proceed with how they're stirring up this biological drama.
Your Honor, sex hormones, androgens, and estrogen play a crucial role in immune responses. While androgens typically exhibit anti-inflammatory properties, estrogens stimulate immune responses but are better at clearing pathogens.
Your Honor, I enhance the immune response by promoting type 1 interferon signaling and the secretion of antibodies, but sometimes I can go a little crazy and cause harm to my host because I can stimulate autoimmunity by inhibiting the expression of AIR, a transcription factor that codes for the elimination of self-reactive T cells.
Well, I suppress immune activation by reducing lymphocyte proliferation and the release of cytokines. Unlike Madame Estrogen, I protect against autoimmunity by expressing AIR, but I often struggle with pathogen clearance.
Scientists, please tell us, how does this interplay affect genetics? Proceed to the next section.
Your Honor, as we know, females have 2 X chromosomes but silence one through X chromosome inactivation.
And why is this relevant?
This is relevant because some immune-related genes escape chromosome inactivation, leading to higher gene expression in females. This boosts immunity but also increases the risk of autoimmunity.
That's my doing. Genes like TLR7 and CD40LG escape X chromosome inactivation, increasing pathogen response and detection. Not only that, but I'm capable of unsilencing an X chromosome for specific cell types, tailored to their functional requirements. For example, I can activate an immune cell or cause a response to an environmental stressor.
Sounds way too excessive to me. Males stick to one single X chromosome. No overexpression, no problem.
Except it's not no problem for me. The escapes of X chromosome inactivation fuels my autoimmune condition, leading to misfired immune attacks.
I'm sorry I do my job so well. Thanks to me, females have an advantage in response to pathogen infections.
Let's shift focus to diseases. How does this affect autoimmunity specifically?
80% of autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis and lupus occur in females. The diagnosis of these diseases has further increased in the female population due to environmental changes and advanced diagnostic techniques.
Exactly. I've seen many of my sisters, aunts, and cousins suffer a similar fate as me, of an overactive immunity and painful symptoms.
Your Honor, I'd like to present a study done on mice that shows that X chromosomes are a major player in autoimmune diseases. As we can see here, we injected pre-stain into 4 different mice to see the effects of induced lupus. In the following graphs, the mice with the XX genotype showed that they had an accelerated infection rate and more lethal symptoms compared to the XY mice. This indicates that the X chromosome plays a crucial role in autoimmune development. This is important in those with Klinefelter syndrome of an XXY genotype and polysomy X individuals of an XXX genotype.
Must be because of the unique genes I've involved in the immune response, like CD40LG and CXCR3. These genes are important to produce receptors involved in T cell differentiation and Th1 cell regulation. Although they are overexpressed in autoimmune disease patients, I do tend to outdo myself sometimes.
Well, autoimmune diseases are less prominent in anyone who carries me simply because I lack the genes. Overexpression of these genes is unlikely as I only have a single X chromosome to worry about. I don't even have any of TLR7 or TASL escaping X chromosome inactivation that leads to an even more overreactive immune response. Get it?
Let's turn to pathogens. How do males and females differ in infection responses?
Your Honor, it is evident that males and females differ in their immune responses to pathogens. Males are more susceptible to bacterial, viral, and some fungal infections. On the other hand, females typically demonstrate stronger inflammatory responses, which allows them to clear infections faster, with the exception of a higher susceptibility to some parasitic ones.
Thanks to me, females escape X chromosome inactivation in key genes like CXCR3 and ACE2. This boosts antiviral and anti-inflammatory responses in females, generating a stronger immune response.
No, X chromosome. Efficiency beats success. Males avoid overexpression and autoimmune risks. Our natural killer cells can handle infections quick, even if our adaptive immunity is slower.
Whatever Y chromosome, don't act like you're doing males a favor. Our differences in UTX expression in natural killer cells, which are crucial for viral defense, cause the males to exhibit weaker antiviral responses.
I'm important too. I play a big role in suppressing inflammation in males, preventing autoimmunity.
Sure, but this suppression of inflammation often allows pathogens to successfully replicate and thrive. Ugh, I thought I would be able to sit this one out.
Interesting. I will consider your positions. And how might vaccines be affected by sex differences?
Females tend to have stronger vaccine responses, making more antibodies. But with that comes more side effects because their immune systems are more activated. Males may not respond as strongly, but they usually have fewer side effects.
It's my time to shine. Females get stronger immunity, which means better protection after vaccination.
Fair point, but I help males stop overreacting. Balanced immunity, fewer side effects.
After considering all the evidence, this court rules. Both sexes have their own strengths and weaknesses in immunity. Hormones, genetics, and immune responses work together in a careful balance. This highlights the importance of understanding these differences.
Studying these differences is really important for creating effective treatments.
And for overcoming pathogens like me.
Let's keep learning and moving forward. Court adjourned.